Hey everyone, Nathan here. I wanted to give you a quick resource around some tools that will help you generate graphics. These are AI-enabled tools, obviously, and I apologize for the delay of this resource. I'll be posting a couple. This will be on the tool called Hailou, and then I'll do one on Krea. So in my day job, I wear lots of different hats, but one of the things we do is create social media assets for small businesses. Our margins on that process are not very large, so we do not spend a lot of time making sure we don't spend a lot of time on the assets. AI has made that possible. We have high quality assets that take exponentially less time because the AI tool is so good at what it does. That includes video. So if we have a still graphic from a client, we can add subtle video to the asset that will then help the algorithm. The algorithms in Meta want you to have a combination of content, value add content, quality content, and they really like video. And so if you put some motion in your video, some motion in your assets, they're going to put you in front of more people. I think that's common knowledge. But like I said, our margins are tight. I don't have a guy on the team to go take video of every client. They're not going to pay me for that. So we add motion through AI. This tool helps me do that. Now, I'm not suggesting this is the best tool. I'm not suggesting that at all. My advice for tool selection to create assets with AI is you need to find your best tool. You need to go find it. Some of you might love Midjourney. Midjourney does video and static video images. Midjourney is a beast. It is freaking amazing. But you have to like the nuances of prompting, and you have to like the details and craftsmanship of adjusting the temperature within the AI models. Midjourney is a craftsman's tool, and if you're moving fast and you don't have a lot of time, it may not be the best solution. That's what I've learned. I'm paying $35 a month to Midjourney, and I'm not really it's taking me too long to get what I want. So I'm jumping around from tools to tools, and I found Hailou. And I'm like, holy crap, this is it. Like, this does it. This is fast. The quality's, there's enough quality there for it to get done, and it doesn't cost me a fortune. I think I pay them $12 a month. And so I'm going to show you my process on how we're taking these static images and we're adding a little bit of motion to them, and I'll show you a little bit of where all these AI tools are going. They're kind of like an aggregator. Like, you land on their platform, and they're calling the APIs of GPT Sora or Google's Veo or Cdance or Clux, or there's probably a dozen companies that have built AI creative asset generators. Like you want images and you want to use AI. There's about 12 of them out there that have done a pretty dang good job of making it happen. Higgsfield is a new one. Higgsfield is nuts. We'll look at that later. But if you're scrappy and you're a marketer who has to stay scrappy, budgets matter, time matters, and you're used to the traditional motion of social media, which is I have a photo for sure, this is a pretty solid tool for you to choose. So let me share my process. We have a restaurant here in Rockwall, Texas that hires us to post a couple times a week on their social media feed. They give us assets. We collect access off of Yelp. We always tell the person on Yelp, hey, we're going to use your picture. Usually we don't have any problems. Or we'll take photos of food, but usually it's just found assets. In this case, we had a picture of the restaurant out front. We used AI to enhance this image to create kind of that watery, it's a wet day, but it's beautiful kind of day. And today they needed a post that said, hey, we're still open. It's snowing, but we're still open. And so we quickly went to AI, and I went to OpenAI, ChatGPT. I pay for ChatGPT. And ChatGPT does a pretty good job with image generation. So because I'm already paying them money, and I don't want to burn credits for my other AI tools, I start with GPT, especially if I know it's a simple ask. And unlike Midjourney, GPT is forgiving if my prompt is garbage. Like, I don't want to spend a ton of time writing a prompt for this image. Like, time is money. I got to move fast. So I found that I can be kind of sloppy at first, and I might get lucky. Now, that's not a best practice I'm suggesting for you, by the way. Maybe for class, you're busy. In my case, it works. So we took this picture. I said, take this image and put a layer of snow, just a dusting on the ground, and a set of footprints in the snow to the door. Hey, we're open. We can tell because there's footprints here. So this is what it gave me. Not bad. The dusting's there. The footprints are there, but crap. I should have told it to get rid of that sign. It's in the way. It's kind of weird. All right, so, hey, GPT, remove the sign and extend the footprints to the door. And this is where AI sucks. Like, this is where it gets goofy. This is why you need a creative on the wall on your team to help you spend the time to maneuver the prompts to get the image what you want. That's why the agencies are investing in that. I told it to get rid of it, and it manufactured a new door in the side of the wall. That is not, that door does not exist. There is no door. It's the sign. I needed to keep the sign, but it got confused because my prompt was crap. Now, this isn't AI's fault. This is my fault. I didn't prompt it. I needed to give it a lot more context and more time in the prompting. So now I have a decision to make. Do I spend more time on the prompt, or do I just go back to the original graphic and give it a new prompt that says, hey, get rid of the sign on the street, leave the sign on the wall, create the dusting, and in this case, strategically, it looks like you might slip and die, right, on the snow. So in the new prompt, I said, get rid of the sign on the ground, keep the sign on the wall, add the snow, but make there a path so it looks safe. And the end result was this. Pretty good. Good enough, for sure, right? There's that. A lot of creatives hate that word, good enough. I have no problem with that word as a business owner. It does the job. So in the context of social media, it is definitely good enough. But now I want to add snow to it. I want to see snow. I want to see motion. So this is where Hailou comes in. I've done the preliminary work inside of GPT because I'm already paying for it. I haven't played with Hailou's image generation tools, but I suspect I could do all of this in Hailou. We could try it real fast. Let's put the image in here. Let me drop it in there. Yeah. Confirm. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it wants portrait. We're not doing that. Hailou likes people a lot. It really wants you to if we go to the home, it wants you to create videos like this. Like your face doing weird stuff. I'm too old for that. That's not why I use this tool. Let's go back to the video. So I'm not gonna try that. We could say, well, we put it in here and we added the snowfall. Super subtle, does the job, right? And it took maybe a couple bucks in energy, and now I have the post for today. We're open, snowing, blah blah blah. I used AI to write the post. I just edit it when it comes back with what I need. It gives me the preliminary post. GPT knows the voice. I have a GPT built for this brand and am able to just crank that out. I did another video with the original image that said rain and mist. It's raining slowly with some mist coming down up from the ground. We probably don't need the mist, right? That's too weird. But you can see that the zoom in has those features. So it'll give you the option to choose your AI engine. Hailou has its own proprietary way of creating imagery and video. VO is Google's, Sora is ChatGPT's, and then it has Legacy. Each one of these is a different price. It cost me 25 credits for their kind of higher engine for Hailou 2.3. It cost me 15 credits for Fast. I always use Fast because I don't need a super great image. I just need something that works. VO, look how much VO costs. VO is the real deal, right? 3.1, it's 120 credits, so significantly more expensive. It takes a lot more energy to build their version. And then it'll do Sora is Yeah, you got to confirm it. You got to remove the image. 40. We could do that. We could take this picture real quick. So like Sora says, your image has to be a certain size. I won't even let you play. Let's see if Veo does that. Veo fast. Gives you instructions, add prompt dialogue and quotes, sound effects, ambient noise. The model turns them into a synchronized soundtrack. So Veo and Sora actually gives you sound while it creates the video. I don't want to burn my money to show you this example, so I'm not going to do it. But it would have, it would give you the chance to. You wouldn't be disappointed with the solution. So here's an example. There's the snow. Sorry, here's one. It was a still shot of these glasses for wine flight, and we zoomed in and zoomed out. It has natural, free cinematic actions, and then it has free cinematic suggestions: left circling, right circling, upward tilt, left walking, stage right, stage left. So all these are options that can do that. I believe I have some examples in here that might show stage right, stage left. Yeah, that created that stage right, stage left thing. Yeah, it turned out very well. Two still images together, and it created that dynamic motion. What else do I got here? It's the chef. So it was working, but look what it does at the end. He picks up the whole tray. Can't use that, right? It's not, it doesn't work. So, again, and all I did for the prompt here was truck left, push in, pan right. And it made up everything this guy's doing with his body, everything that's going on in the background. It wasn't perfect. I couldn't use it, but man, when you think about it, it's the worst it's ever going to be. It's just insane. And you, as a marketer, you're not a creative necessarily listening to this. Some of you are creatives in this class. Some of you aren't. In the true sense of trained, you now have access to a very intelligent, tactical, will do what you tell it to do and even help you kind of fill in the gaps resource. Just amazing. This particular tool will give you an agent that will help you write your prompts and get to the space. Like, let's say you have an idea, but you're not a creative. You're not really sure how to write the idea. You're not really sure what to do with the idea. You can have the agent help you. It has automations to batch create, auto cut, all in one creative. Because there's a lot of the video piece of this, like, it's becoming pretty popular. OpusClip, CapCut, these are all, anybody can jump on, post their video, get it cut into small snippets for TikTok and play ball. They're trying to do the same. So that's Hailou. I would suggest you guys, it's a cheap entry tool for you to test it and try it. And that was my process of going from I had this still image. I used GPT to create the snow. I used Hailou to create the snowfall. I now have a dynamic video asset for my social feed. It took me less than 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to call this one good, and then I'll come back around and show you Krea.